would have the biggest medal in continental club football to his name. It stands to reason then that he would have stayed at Stamford Bridge for a bit longer, meaning that Luis Felipe Scolari wouldn't have got a look in. Would he have done better than the World Cup winning Brazilian, who only lasted till February the following year? And could he have improved upon Chelsea's third-place finish? And as for United, who won the title that season, would defeats in that Moscow final have led to Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the club for Real Madrid a year earlier? And would that have meant that Rafa Benitez's Liverpool won the Premier League instead of them? That's a pretty big butterfly effect, all from one missed penalty kick going the other way. And if you want to dig a bit deeper, there's plenty more that could have been affected. What if Anthony Knockaert had scored his penalty against Watford? We'd have been denied the Troy Deeney moment, sure, but might Leicester have gone on to win promotion to the Premier League earlier than scheduled? And would that have meant that Claudio Ranieri would never make it to the King Power? Would Arsenal or Tottenham, therefore, have been champions in 2016? The most significant sliding doors moment perhaps ever, though, was Paul Gascoigne, Wembley, June 1996. What if this had gone in? That golden goal would have sent England to the Euro 96 final against Czech Republic. 30 years of hurt could well have come to an end. There's so many of these moments that could have altered destiny forever. What if Shearer had signed for United? Would Lampard's ghost goal against Germany have kick-started England's World Cup back in 2010? What if Sam Allardyce didn't get bogged down in all that controversy and denied Gareth Southgate the England job? Does make you think.
Katie Shanahan here on talkSPORT with Early Sports Breakfast. Good to have your company this Thursday. I'll be on until 6 a.m. when Gabby Bonhor is back alongside the brilliant Alan Brazil for talkSPORT Breakfast this morning. Right, coming up on the show today, we'll be reflecting, of course, on all of the Champions League action. There were wins for Chelsea, Liverpool and Newcastle. We'll also have updates from the Australian Open tennis out in Melbourne, and we'll be looking ahead to the Europa League action tonight. Rangers, Celtic, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa are all in action. And I'd love to hear from you this morning. Get involved in the show. Let me know what you're up to at this early hour and where you're listening to us around the world. I love knowing. Actually, yesterday we had someone text in from New York. So, yeah, let us know where you're listening. The number to call is 03717 223344. You can text me 81089. Right, let's get into it. And it is a very good morning to Nick Ellaby. How are you? We're ready to do our top 5 at 5. Feedback always welcome. This is kind of our new little quiz that we do at the top of the show. And Nick, what have you got in store today?
Well, before I get into that, hit it, Stu. Ready?
Very good.
You found that's Manfred Mann, classic old 60s rock band. Okay, so today's is a bit trickier, Katie.
Okay, and listeners, I'll need your help, so you can text me 81089.
You are going to need the listeners for this one.
Okay.
I want to know,
big team effort.
Who are the top 5 goal scorers of all time in the Europa League and the UEFA Cup? Right, I'm going to have to give you clues for this. It's tricky. Do you want to have a what? There we go.
Here we go, Stuart. In the Europa League.
Yeah, and the UEFA Cup going back, from when it changed hands, or changed names. So this is tricky, right? I'll give you a clue for the top scorer in the Europa League of all time, right? He played for Arsenal, and he comes from Gabon. Very underrated.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
That's it.
Okay.
Top scorer.
He featured for Marseille against Liverpool last night.
He did. 62 appearances. 34 goals.
Okay. Yeah, I like these clues. These are better. I'll keep the text open so that if anyone texts in, I will read it out. 81089. So
You got
remind.
Aubameyang.
So where's he sit?
He's top.
He's top. Okay.
Scorer, 34. And then number 2, an absolute legend of Swedish football, played in Scotland.
Oh.
Sort of late 90s, early 2000s. Had great dreadlocks and then cut them off. The text will be flying in now.
Henrik Larsson?
Yo!
There we go.
And then I think you're going to need the listeners to help you with
Okay, so we've got 2.
So I'll give you the nationalities of the last, joint third. You've got a Colombian and...
Oh, Larsson, someone's just texted in. Well done.
Who was it?
He hasn't said the name, but he said Henrik
Anonymous.
Larsson.
Give us your name.
Give us your name.
There's a Colombian and a Dutchman.
Vince.
At number 3. And a German. Now, this German is going back to the 70s and 80s. Like, I had to look this bloke up, so...
Okay.
I know the name, but I couldn't picture him. So if anyone knows the German who's 5th in, without Googling, do not Google it, guys.
Do not Google.
All right? So there you go. So you're looking for a Colombian, a Dutchman, and a German who've all scored 30... Number 5 is 29 goals in the Europa League.
Okay.
So Aubameyang's top, Larsson second.
Okay, that is much trickier. This is only our third version of 5 at 5.
Get harder as the week goes on.
Okay, yes, in this way. But I love a quiz, so hopefully you guys enjoy that too. Keep those texts coming in. We just had a text here from Phil. It says, good morning, Katie. This is Phil from Chicago. Good morning, Phil. I listen to talkSPORT all night, every night, as I work my 3rd shift. Gosh, working so hard. I absolutely love it. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Phil. Keep those texts coming in. 81089. And give me a hand with top 5 at 5. Right, it's time to reflect on the Champions League last night. The Premier League now has 5 teams in the Champions League top 8. Here's how last night sounded on talkSPORT.
Gravenberg out of the left-hand side of the penalty area. Gakpo, 3-0. And this really is a job well done by Arne Slot's man. 3 goals, 3 points, and an outstanding chance of a top 8 finish. Marseille 0, Liverpool 3.
Finally, the breakthrough for Chelsea. It's only taken 77 minutes. A really good header from 6 yards out by Moises Caicedo. Victory for Liam Rosenior in his first game in the Champions League, and a crucial one for the hosts as well. A Chelsea performance that arguably leaves more questions than answers.
Here comes Barnes, deep from deep and scores. Something out of nothing. PSV hits where it hurts the most. Newcastle have won it by 3-0, and so they will be at the very least in the knockout phase playoffs for the Champions League. And in the end, it was a straightforward victory for Eddie Howe's side. Exactly what they wanted.
Yes, it was a good night for all of the 3 teams in the Premier League teams from the Premier League. So it was Chelsea beat Paphos by 1-0. Newcastle put 3 past PSV, and there's lots of pictures of Dominic Szoboszlai after Liverpool beat Marseille 3-0. Szoboszlai with a brilliant free kick, just going under the wall. Very clever indeed. And Frimpong forced an own goal, and then Gakpo with a neat finish in the 92nd minute. So Liverpool are now 13 games unbeaten, the longest unbeaten run in the top 5 European leagues. Do they need Mo Salah? Obviously, he featured in the game, his first start since November. And we asked Arne Slot what he made of Salah's performance.
It helps that he's already for so long with us. He knows his teammates and he knows how we want to play. And it says a lot about how big of a professional he is, that being away with us for a month in a different team, that he was so fit to play today, 90. I think he was close to a goal. Good ball from Cody. Usually that's a goal for him. Tonight it wasn't, but it didn't harm us because we scored 3.
Yeah, as for Newcastle, they put 3 past PSV. A really good night for Newcastle, and in particular their number 9, Johan Wissa, impressed on a routine night for Eddie Howe's side. You feel as though, is he growing into the role? He certainly was, helped them with both of their opening goals, didn't he, last night, in terms of he got the opener, and then he set up Anthony Gordon for the second goal. Anthony Gordon now level with Alan Shearer with 6 Champions League goals. And if you were listening to our quiz yesterday, that was he was currently on 5, but now he's gone level with Alan Shearer, who was top in terms of Newcastle's Champions League goal scorers in the competition. Harvey Barnes is now up to 5 Champions League goals. It's 5 and 5 for him, and a lovely finish for their third goal too. But it was bad news for Bruno Guimaraes. She came off with an ankle injury and was replaced by Lewis Miley at half-time. And talkSPORT's Dean Ashton says that Newcastle didn't have to be great to get the win against PSV.
Wanting to give themselves the best opportunity to qualify outright in the top 8 meant a good performance here and a result to go with it. Not so much of a great performance wasn't needed. It was so comfortable, the gifts that they took advantage of from PSV. They were then able just to manage the game from there on out. Obviously, the front 3 getting their goals, albeit 2 were very simply put away from the mistakes. You know, it just gives something for the managers to think about and them some confidence that they need.
As for Chelsea, they were saved by Moises Caicedo. Chelsea nicked a 1-0 win at home to Paphos, Stamford Bridge. Liam Rosenior's side were unconvincing, really, at home to the Cypriot side. Liam Rosenior's now got 3 wins out of 4 as Chelsea manager. He's actually now taken charge of the 4 different games across 4 competitions, which I think is actually probably a good start as a manager, because then you get all of the information that you need early on. And Rosenior says he isn't bothered about how he's perceived from the outside.
Just have to keep focusing on the job, which is try to win as many games as possible. I can't affect what people prejudge me as or prejudge things that are happening. Well, from my point of view, I'm very excited for the future of the club. With the squad that we have, the youth of the squad, how much it can improve, and with small things and little tweaks and little improvements, I think this team can go a long way. I would love the fans to be with us and to be with me, but to do that, I need to earn that. It's two-way.
Yeah, so he's got off to a pretty good start at Chelsea, hasn't he? With 3 wins out of 4, not too bad. As for the table, Arsenal sit top of the tree. As an Arsenal fan, I'm very happy to see them sat there, top of the Champions League and the Premier League. But behind them, Bayern Munich, and then you've got Real Madrid, Liverpool, Tottenham, PSG, and then Newcastle, Chelsea, followed by Barcelona. Well, Arsenal and Bayern Munich are already through to the knockouts and escaped the playoffs. Harry Kane scored twice and then missed a penalty in their game against Union Saint-Gilloise. That finished 2-0 for Bayern Munich. Okay, right. Let's just recap our text topic today and our game. Top 5 at 5. All-time Europa League and UEFA Cup goal scorers. I love this very dramatic music. We've had so many texts come in. Thank you so much, guys. Lots of people listening from around the world as well. From Cape Town, we've had Chicago. Here we go. Good morning, Katie, Brian and Lee here, who listen to you every morning as we start our working day out in Saudi Arabia. Good morning, guys. Brian and Lee, thank you so much for listening and for your text in this morning. So where are we up to? Right, all-time Europa League and UEFA Cup goal scorers. Wrong answers. Harpreet, Gullit. Unfortunately, that is the wrong answer. We've even got a buzzer. There we go. We're going to a whole new level. So far, we have, I guess right, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 34 goals in 62 games. Then at number 2, you've got Henrik Larsson, 31 goals in 45. And then you've got the Colombian, was Falcao, at 30 goals in 31 games. Sean, well done to you. I believe you got that one right. And can we guess the other 2? We've got a Dutchman and a German to go. So keep those texts coming in, 81089. Or you can give me a call 0371 722 about anything that we've spoken about on the above. Right, Katie Shanahan here with you this Thursday morning. Coming up next, we're going to be getting into the back pages. A very good morning. How are you doing? Katie Shanahan here until 6 o'clock when Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor take over with talkSPORT Breakfast. Good to have your company this morning. Now remember, we're now on your DAB radio, your smart speakers, YouTube, and of course, your smart TV as well. So come and say hello. Right, here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this Thursday morning. Middlesbrough have cut Coventry's lead in the Championship to 6 points with a 2-1 win at Stoke. They're back into the second automatic promotion spot. As for Chelsea, they are one game away from a successful Women's League Cup defence after getting past Man City by 1-0. The holders are through to the final for the 7th successive season. They'll face Manchester United, who won at Arsenal by the same score in the other last 4 tie. And talkSPORT's Jermaine Pennant says Liverpool, get this, are more likely to win the Champions League than Arsenal this season. And here's why.
They've got the pedigree, they've got the know-how, and I think they would do a lot better this season in the Champions League than they would do in the Premier League. 100%. Like I said,
you think they've got more chance to win the Champions League over Arsenal?
Yeah. Liverpool, yeah. I genuinely do, because...
What do you mean?
Liverpool are 6 times Champions League winners.
Right.
They've got the pedigree. They know what it is to get there, to win it. And over a 2-legged game, I think Liverpool would beat Arsenal.
Well, I disagree with that. I think Arsenal, bearing in mind they are top of the Champions League table at the moment. Liverpool down in 4th, so not too far off. But in terms of Arsenal arguably have the best squad in the Premier League, but also probably in the Champions League as well. And it's all down to form, especially into these latter stages. You can talk all about history, but when it comes to these latter stages of a season, who's in the best form? And for Liverpool, it hasn't been the best of seasons. As for Arsenal, they're in prime position to win the Premier League and also the Champions League as well. And it's mainly down to squad depth. And it feels as though this is Arsenal's time. So Jermaine was the man of the match in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. So he speaks a lot of sense. But do you agree with him, or do you think that Arsenal will win the Champions League? Liverpool winning the Champions League? I haven't heard that too much this season, so I'm disagreeing with Jermaine. I think it's Arsenal's for the win. Text me 81089. Meanwhile, the latest episode of How to Win the World Cup is now live on YouTube and on all of our available podcast platforms as well. Matt Ford and Alex Brooker are talking to 1998 World Cup winner Emmanuel Petit, who spoke all about having the right mentality to win the greatest prize in football. Emmanuel also asked Alex who he would rather see in their trophy drought this year, his beloved Arsenal or England.
Would you rather see Arsenal winning the title than see England winning the World Cup? Would you rather see Arsenal winning the title than
that sounds awful, especially on the World Cup podcast.
Winning the World Cup?
But that is the mentality of it, because that sounds awful.
Do you know what? I'm
podcast.
absolutely Forest.
But that is the mentality of it.
But I lose my. Do you know what?
There is something
England winning the World Cup.
It's hard for you to answer.
It is really hard, actually. Do you know what? Because there's something about the World Cup.
It's hard for you to answer.
We've watched games together, and there's something about the fact that you're sharing it with everyone. We've watched games together, and there's something about you're kind of the odds about your clubs and stuff like that. You all want one thing at one time. It's very rare you get that your clubs and stuff like that. You all want one thing at one time. It's very rare you get that in football.
I've got to agree. I think when it comes to those huge moments in your life, if England win the World Cup, I think the whole of this country would just descend into chaos. We'd probably have a bank holiday, there'd be celebrations in the streets, and everyone, from people that don't even watch and follow football, to then everyone, like all of us listening on this station, would just be a massive party and celebration, because England will have finally done it. And also having been part of and watching the Lionesses win the Euros last year, it just is such an amazing life experience and really, really special to be a part of. So let's see if the men can do it this time. But also, of course, I would love Arsenal to win the title. Can we have both? What a year that would be. What do you think? Also, Scottish and Welsh fans, get involved as well. Let me know. The number to call is 03717223344. Scotland and Wales, what do you think of your chances? Scotland at the moment. I know Wales, we've still got to get you into the World Cup. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this summer's World Cup. You can text me 81089. Right, it is time to look through the back pages. Nick Ellaby joins me now. I think we need to go over the top 5 at 5. We have had so many texts coming in about this. Should we run through the answers?
Let's go through the top
Okay,
5, right?
It's a tricky one today,
It is
Nick.
a tricky one
Yeah,
because
a number of people got the top 3, but we struggled with the last 2.
the names we know, but they're, Thursday night names. So sometimes you're not quite sure how many games have they played in the Champions League, how many games they played in Europa League. But Europa League and UEFA Cup top 5 scorers of all time. Number 1, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, now at Marseille. 34 goals in 62 appearances. Henrik Larsson, Feyenoord, Celtic, Helsingborg, 31 in 45. Joint third, Radamel Falcao. So well done to everyone who got that.
Yeah, and by the way, there was a lot of people that got Falcao. Sam, well done to Sam. We've also got Sean. Well done, Sean's also got it right. And Rich in Nottingham also got it right. There was a lot of people that got Falcao. So a big well done to all of you, and also to Mark, who got Falcao as well.
Falcao was a Thursday night machine. 30 goals in 31 games. Obviously, part of that Atletico Madrid side that beat Fulham in the final in 2011. And then alongside him, a Dutchman. I don't think anyone has.
No one got this one right. So the answer is
played for Heerenveen, Ajax, and Schalke. Big Schalke player. This is Klaas-Jan Huntelaar.
There we go.
30 in 50.
That was a tricky one. And this one, I mean, people got close with the surname.
This is one for the dads.
Yeah.
It's not Gerd Müller. It's not Thomas Müller. It's Dieter Müller.
There we go.
Played for Köln, Stuttgart, and Bordeaux in the 70s and 80s. So he scored 29 in 36.
Yeah, lots of people said Thomas Müller. Mike did. We had other people saying Thomas Müller or Gerd Müller here from Noodles that's texted in.
Good old Noodles.
Good old Noodles. Good morning, Noodles. And yeah, also lots of Alan, the Rangers fan, out in Zagreb. He's texted in a couple of times. Good morning to you. He says Alfredo Morelos, Rangers.
What a player, but it's Falcao. Yes. It's not the same Noodles that played guitar for The Offspring, is it? Is he going to text in?
No, this time no.
Remember The Offspring?
Yeah,
Pretty fly for a white guy?
Yes, I do like that song.
Yes, it's good.
Yes.
Noodles, text in. If you're the Offspring guitarist, let us know.
Oh, and I'm getting some, I would love to have some winter sun, and someone's just texting here. Andreas, he goes, good morning, Katie from sunny Cyprus. Love the show. Come on, you Gunners.
Oh, yeah. Paphos fan?
Yep, probably. Yeah.
Cyprus is like the warmest place in Europe.
It's a lovely place to live. Okay, back pages. Where are we starting?
Looking at this very handsome Hungarian, like a boss, Soboslai. Dom gets Reds jumping as they slot back into gear. I do like the Ronaldinho free kick that he hit under the wall as
it was
they
very
jumped.
good.
It was nice. Happy jump day on the back of the Star Sport. And Sob well done, back of the Daily Express. Sob on a roll. I don't get that one. Is that because he put it under the wall?
Yeah.
But where's the pun?
Yeah.
Is there something?
Text us 81089 if we're missing something here. I did look at that and I was like, am I being dumb?
Is that some sort of sandwich joke? I don't know. But let's talk about Crystal Palace. The exodus just seems to be continuing. We've got, obviously, they've lost Eze. They've now lost Mark Gay to Man City, the captain. It looks like, well, we know Glasner is certainly leaving at the end of this season. Whether he goes in the middle of this season or not, we'll find out. And Jean-Philippe Mateta has apparently told Crystal Palace he wants to leave the club, with Aston Villa and Juventus among the clubs interested in a potential move. In talkSPORT, we've been reporting that Mateta is quite keen on a move to Italy. I mean, he's a good, decent striker, isn't he? I think he'd be, pretty much welcome in a lot of those clubs, probably just below the top 3 or 4.
Well, the thing is, it's like, how much would he go for? So in the back page of The Sun, they're saying Aston Villa are interested in the £40 million rated striker. 40 million?
Yeah, today's market.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an absolute unit, great control, good finisher. Probably, I mean, he does waste a lot of chances, doesn't he? He needs 3 chances.
Well, the thing is also, you've got to think it's a World Cup year because he's a French international.
Yeah.
So maybe he's trying to, he just doesn't want to affect those chances of kind of playing for France. But, we've got the Juventus and Aston Villa are interested. Juventus, they're saying here in The Sun, have already had an approach rejected by Crystal Palace. So there's clearly interest. But I feel as though, it's just all falling apart. Especially sad to see, really, after the FA Cup famous win, to now see all of this kind of fallout happening.
Absolutely. It's a shame. I mean, it happens to a lot of clubs. I mean, you saw, for example, Bournemouth, brilliant last season. Their defence gets absolutely ransacked. and they have to start again. And, you know, PSR potentially holding a lot of these clubs like Villa, Newcastle and Crystal Palace back. Back at the Telegraph, they've gone big on the Harry Brook. I was lucky to keep my job. I made a terrible mistake. This is, you know, after he was hit by a bouncer in New Zealand ahead of the Ashes. He only alerted the England hierarchy midway through play in the one-day international. He says he's now apologised to his teammates. Apparently he got smashed in the face by a nightclub bouncer. He also denies there's a drinking culture in the side. Very quickly on the golf, Rory McIlroy's challenged Tyrrell Hatton and Jon Rahm to demonstrate their commitment to the Ryder Cup by settling fines. So this is talking about, Rory's talking about, you know, they make a big thing, the European side, about not being paid to play in the Ryder Cup. The Americans get money for it. And Rory McIlroy saying, you know, we've got two guys that can prove that it's not about the money and they should settle up their fines and come back. Luke Donald, when he takes charge, will have a decision to make. You know, do you think like Ryder Cup in the Olympics where sportsmen don't get paid is like the purest, because they're such joyful events, aren't they? There's no money really involved. For me, I feel that's like the purest expression of sporting endeavour.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah,
all right.
I think so.
Tony Cascarino, I hope I'm wrong, but Rodri might be finished at the top. So we were, you know, saw Rodri looking a shadow of his former self in Man City's defeat to Bodo Glimt. And Tony Cascarino writing in the Times that Rodri's not going to be the same player he was before his ACL injury. Have you ever seen other sportsmen struggle after having an injury like that?
Well, especially an ACL one, yeah, it normally takes time. And there must be an element of nervousness that you're going to do it again, especially those first early games. But you know, good to see him back. But then obviously he got a red card, didn't he?
2 yellows, players going past him for fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like he's... Jamie Jackson, the Manchester correspondent at The Guardian, was telling us he looks like he's slowing Man City down. Haven't quite got enough time for this, but good piece by Matthew Syed in The Times. He's saying that all those Man United ex-pros, the class of 92 that are, you know, chirping in the media, actually all they want is clicks, and they're not really helping Manchester United at all, let alone the shadow of Ferguson that still hangs over the club. So Matthew Syed getting stuck into the ex-Man United boys in the back
we've
of
been
the Times.
speaking about that since like Monday, haven't we? The Manchester United fallout. So Nick, thank you very much for now. Right, Kate Shanahan here with you this Thursday morning. talkSPORT Breakfast is coming up in half an hour's time with Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor. The time is 5:29, and up next we're going to be looking through the front pages. Plus, we'll be telling you how you can win an all-expenses trip paid to go to the Super Bowl.
When Sir Jim Ratcliffe took control of footballing operations at United, the Manchester-born billionaire was somewhat welcomed in as a homegrown hero, ready to save the club from the dark days of the Glazers. But in just 12 months, he became a punchbag for many fans. So what happened? Well, let's take a look and you can decide for yourself. Over the last 3 years, the club lost 300 million quid, and Ratcliffe rightfully committed to sorting that. But what seemed to get fans' backs up is the way he went about it. For example, talkSPORT understands staff lunch options at the Carrington canteen have been reduced to just soup and sandwiches, which the higher-ups at the club say will save them 1 million quid a year. Now, that might make sense for many who don't get free meals at work themselves, but it does get a little bit more picky than that. It was reported that after staff brought some stationery, they were ordered to send sellotape back because it wasn't considered to be essential. And the reward for being Steward of the Week used to be 50 quid, but that was scrapped and replaced by a paper certificate. But it's not just seemingly stingy decisions. In 2024 alone, Ratcliffe oversaw 250 redundancies, and more were announced at the beginning of 2025. Now, while there are people who acknowledge United's staff numbers are overinflated, it's the optics which aren't great. Add to the mix the introduction of a flat ticket price of 66 quid for every fan, even children, while Casemiro's on 350 grand a week, and the frustration of fans reached fever pitch. Time will tell whether Ratcliffe's cost-cutting measures will improve outcomes at the club, but one thing's for sure, there's a long way to go for United to be back where many say they belong.
Good morning. How are you doing? Katie Shanahan here with Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Gabby Bonlahor and Alan Brazil will be on their way in 25 minutes' time for the breakfast show. But for right now, you've got me for the next 25 minutes. And here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this Thursday morning. In the Europa League, Aston Villa go to Fenerbahce, which is live on talkSPORT 2 tonight. Aston Villa are third in the table with 2 games to go. Meanwhile, a win for Nottingham Forest at Braga in Portugal would leave playoff hopes in their own hands. Celtic, 24th in the table, have work to do. They go to Italian side Bologna. There are 4 race meetings today. They go at Huntington, Newcastle, Southall and Wetherby. And England's one-day international in Sri Lanka is live on talkSPORT 2 this morning. That's from 8 a.m. England have lost 11 of their last 15 ODIs. It's thought head coach Brendan McCullum's job could be on the line, but it depends how England go in next month's T20 World Cup. Captain Harry Brooks backing McCullum to stay in his job.
He's the best head coach I've had by a million miles. He makes you feel like you can go out there and do anything. He gives you the freedom to do anything. As a middle order batter as well, if you're 3 down early, like we saw in Melbourne, I know I only got 40 runs, but on another day, if I nick off early there, we could have been bowled out for 50. So it's about being brave. It's about trying to negate the risks that you have and put the percentages in your favour. And yeah, as a player, I feel like I've excelled in that, and people might say that I haven't, but yeah, I feel like I'm taking risks that are more in my percentage of success than the bowlers. So, bar a couple of shots here or there, but that's part of learning, and that's part of cricket. And I always, like I said, I want to put pressure on the bowler and try and make them feel uncomfortable.
So just a reminder, England's one-day international in Sri Lanka is live on talkSPORT 2 this morning. You can listen to that from 8 a.m. And also a reminder of our top story today. Liverpool are showing signs of a revival. Mo Salah's back in the starting lineup, and they beat Marseille 3-0 last night to go now 13 games unbeaten, the longest unbeaten run in Europe's top 5 leagues. Arne Slot, the manager, feels his side finally got some luck, which he says Liverpool deserve.
The thing that was for the first time different this season than in all the other games, that the moment we were having a big chance to score the 2-0 that hit the post or the bar, 10 seconds later they had a big chance, and usually this season that ball goes in and we're all complaining. But now the ball went over and we extended our lead to 2 and 3-0, and then the performance is still the same, but the perspective about how people talk about it is probably completely different.
Okay, and for more on all of the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com. Like lots of you texting in this morning. I actually really like this one from Simon in Bournemouth. Good morning, Simon. He goes, Mateta's scored 3 league goals in the past 3 months, so anyone willing to pay £40 million for him needs a mental evaluation. Eddie the Eagle Nketiah would surely have replaced him in recent weeks if he weren't hamstrung. Yes, so he's the one on the back page of The Sun. Mateta eyes January exit, with Aston Villa interested in the £40 million rated striker. Is he worth £40 million? With that Italian giants Juventus already having an approach rejected by Crystal Palace as he tries to find a way and a move in January. Keep those texts coming in. There's so many of you listening and texting across the world. Thank you so much. This is from Kev. Good morning, Katie. Great show from the wild North Sea. Come on, Borough. Thank you, Kev, on the BW Catcher FPSO. I hope I've said that right. Thank you so much for listening. We've also had someone who is listening in good morning, Katie, from Thai in the village of Nanoi on the edge of the Jungle National Park in North Thailand. It's currently midday and around 32 degrees here. You lucky thing. Also someone from in Athens, and Nathaniel, thank you so much. That was regarding our top 5 earlier. And also someone from, this is from Aki in Cape Town in South Africa. We're gearing up for this year's Cape Town International Jazz Festival. Even though it's in March, it is round the corner. I'm currently working the technical rider response for Jacob Collier and Yusuf Days. It's the highlight of the year. Feel free to come. Wow. There are 4 VIP tickets waiting for you. Addicted to Talk Sport. That's from Aki in Cape Town. You know what? If there was flights included, I would fly myself out to Cape Town straight away. I've been to Cape Town in South Africa. A wonderful part of the world, and I had a wonderful holiday there. So keep those coming in. And just finally here from Russell. This says, Katie, good morning to you and the team. Good morning, Russell. Still in Buzios in Brazil. Off to Rio tomorrow for 10 days, then home. Great way to spend January. Yes, it certainly is. Very, very jealous of all of you enjoying some sunshine. I could really do with some winter sun. Thank you so much for all of your texts in this morning. Okay, talking of sunshine, let's head over to Melbourne and get an update from the Australian Open with Toby Gillis. Good morning.
Good morning, Katie. Yeah, plenty of sunshine. Only 19 degrees Celsius at the moment, though. Pretty windy, too. I can see the players' towels swaying in the breeze in Melbourne at the moment. So not necessarily the heat that you're looking for, but it was a hot Novak Djokovic earlier on. He looked near to his very best. Maybe didn't need to be. It was a dominant display against Italy's Francesco Maestrelli, who simply was no match for the joint record Grand Slam titles winner, who's looking for his 11th Australian Open this fortnight. 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. It finished just as his first round match did too. Australia has a great fun game, by the way. More to come from the 23-year-old in future, I'd say. Djokovic, though, progresses. The Serb's post-match interview, typically charming, full of joy. He's revealed his good luck charm is a specific tree in the nearby botanical gardens, which he hugs pre-tournament. Working for him again this year. Djokovic is into the 3rd round, where he'll face one of Netherlands' Botic van der Zandschulp or China's Juncheng Shang. The Dutchman currently 2 sets and a breakup in that one. Earlier, the women's defending champion Madison Keys won through to the 3rd round, nearly dropped the 2nd set against fellow American Ashlyn Kruger, but turned it around to earn a straight sets victory. She'll face the former world number 1 Karolina Pliskova next. Big names on court at the moment include 4th seed Amanda Anisimova, who's a set-up and 5-4 with a break in her 2nd round match. That one could be over quickly against Katerina Siniakova. And in the men's, Stan Wawrinka's final Aussie Open is ongoing against French qualifier Arthur Geyer. It is 3-2 in the first set to Geyer, who also has a break. Could this be the end of Wawrinka in Melbourne? Not for me, though. Plenty more from me this morning.
The Australian Open update on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Every set exclusively live on TNT Sports. Subscription required. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you so much, Toby Gillis, for that report. Lots of insight in there from Melbourne and the Australian Open tennis. Right, it is 5:42, and that means it's competition time.
Be there for Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
Yes, listen up. The Super Bowl is almost here, and talkSPORT is sending one lucky listener and a mate to San Francisco on the 6th of February to see it live. You could win return flights, 3 nights hotel accommodation, 2 Super Bowl tickets, wow, and spending money. But hurry, entries close today, I believe. So get your entry in, and here is how. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 418 7260, and lines close at 4 p.m. today. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now, and a very good luck.
Be there for Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
Okay, and it is time now for this.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move!
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast.
talkSPORT.
You know what? I think this text really has hit me quite nicely this morning. Kev Hooper, thank you so much for listening in the wild North Sea. I love that people are just listening to us out on a boat.
Well, is he on a boat or is he on an oil platform?
Oh, he doesn't say. But he says it's a great show, so thanks, Kev.
Text in with a location.
Text in with a location.
Yeah. What 3 words?
Yeah, what 3 words? Front pages.
Interestingly, this in the Daily Star, leg or breast. Amanda Holden likes cooking in the nude, apparently.
Right, do you do that?
Not in the nude.
Not in the nude.
You might get
Maybe in your boxes?
splashes of oil on you.
Oh, yes, that's very true, yes.
I like to listen to heavy metal while I cook at the weekend.
Oh, right. Does that make you go faster? Stir faster?
Do you know what? I listen to so many podcasts. Sometimes I just like just when you get to listen to a bit of music. I think it just gives me the good vibes for cooking.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you listen to music? Do you never cook in the nude?
I don't cook in the nude. No. Same to you. I don't want oil splashed anywhere or burnt. I have music going on, or I probably have the football going on. You know.
Yeah, of course. Listen,
and I've talked sport. Yeah, exactly. Because I kind of want to know what's going on. But otherwise, we'll have a boogie in the kitchen.
Well, Amanda Holden, 54. They always have to give their ages.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Said my husband enjoyed it, but she put some clothes on when she ate the meal. So,
well, thank goodness for that. What's he there, fully clothed? And she's just.
She loves it, doesn't she?
She really does.
Prue Leaf leaving Bake Off. She's quit the British Bake Off. 86 years old, Prue Leaf. She said it's been a fabulous part of my life for the last 9 years. Genuinely loved it. But now it's time to step back. Prue Leaf, absolute legend. You like a bit of baking, don't you?
I do like a bit of baking. I do a really good chocolate mousse, which actually people request. They're like, if you come over for dinner, can you bring that chocolate mousse?
When are you bringing them in here?
Yeah, would you really want that at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah,
it's a really rich. It's really, kind of an evening thing. But if you want to have it before your breakfast, you're more than welcome. And it comes in a little pot. I come with little pots. I can give it out.
Next week, bring some in. We'll try it on air and we'll describe it for the listeners.
Okay, yeah.
Tell you what, though, having a takeaway, one of the top treats for folks after a rough day at work. This is a study has found. Boffin's been working on this. Also a favourite.
I think curry.
Is it?
Yeah, a paneer tikka masala. And that is after I went to India for an Indian wedding. I went out to Chennai.
So that's cheese with the masala sauce.
That's correct. Right. So paneer is key. I actually might have it today for lunch when I get back. I love paneer tikka masala. Text us in your favourite curry. What's yours?
I don't get rice and I just get 2 naans.
What?
Is that weird?
That is weird.
Because everyone else on the table gets rice. There's always more than enough rice to go around. I get a couple of big naans. And I'll take a little bit
of big naans.
Rice. I like a lamb. I like a spicy lamb curry. Shout out to Royal Mahal in Tooting. They do an amazing Afghan lamb.
I think I've actually been there.
So good.
Yes.
And I don't know if we've got time for this, but Sean Bean is doing a bird watching podcast called Get Birding. First guest is Elbow frontman Guy Garvey. He's from Sheffield, but he's moved to Somerset, and he finds bird watching is a great way to connect with nature and relax. I used to do a lot of this when I was a kid.
Did you?
I was a twitcher, they call us.
Yeah.
I was a member of the Young RSPB, and I can say it is an amazing way just to chill out, connect with nature, and you feel like, you know, in this sort of modern crazy lifestyle, especially living in the city, it's just a lovely sort of peaceful activity.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever done it.
It's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe this summer.
Some lovely
Get some
reserves
binoculars
around.
You know what? I'll leave you with this. I actually take binoculars to football games. If you're so far up the
case there's a
gantry,
streaker.
yeah, and then everyone takes the mick. They're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Because I need to see who gets the final kick. You know, when in the corner or whatever." When
Take them to the cricket all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So maybe I take those to bird watching in the summer. You've inspired me. Okay, Nick, thank you ever so much for now. It is 5:48. Coming up next, we're going to be looking ahead to 2 Europa League games live on talkSPORT tonight. A very good morning. morning. Katie Shanahan here on talkSPORT with Early Sports Breakfast. Alan Brazil and Gabia Bonahor are coming up at 6 o'clock, so in 8 minutes' time for the talkSPORT Breakfast Show. And just for these last couple of minutes of the show, we're going to be looking ahead to the Europa League. Aston Villa are at Fenerbahce while Nottingham Forest go to Braga. So in the early kickoff, it's 5:45. You can listen to talkSPORT 2, Aston Villa's trip to Fenerbahce in the Europa League, and then you can go to 8 o'clock kickoff. It's Nottingham Forest's trip to Braga, also in the Europa League. You can listen to that on talkSPORT. So Aston Villa are missing a number of key players for their match tonight, including their captain John McGinn for their game against Fenerbahce. The Scotland midfielder hasn't travelled to Turkey after suffering a knee injury in Sunday's defeat to Everton. And Unai Emery says they're still waiting to find out how long McGinn will be unavailable for.
He's still visiting some doctor to have a decision what to do, but could be for some weeks or could be, it depends, the doctor and him, how he's feeling, to be less.
talkSPORT's Martin O'Neill is taking a break from us. You've obviously heard him a lot on White and John, and he's taking a break from us to manage Celtic. They are currently away to Italian side Bologna. That's later on this evening. They go into their penultimate game of the group phase, 6 points outside the top 8. And interim manager Martin O'Neill wants his players to give everything tonight.
I think that we're well aware that we've got a big fight in our hands from a side that wants to try and make it to the top 8. It is away from home. It's a difficult task for us, but all we can do is really put absolutely heart and soul into it, and that's what we intend to do.
Okay, so thanks so much for getting involved in the show. We have had so many messages, so I'm trying to read as many as possible. We've had this from Philip talking about chocolate mousse. So if you have just tuned in, I make a really good chocolate mousse, and Nick is trying to ask me to bring one in to enjoy at 5 a.m. in the morning. Maybe I'll bring in one for Alan and Gabby if they're well behaved and want to try some as well. Philip here goes, hi Katie, is your mousse made with whipped double cream or beaten egg white? The key is with either. It's great, slightly bitter chocolate too. Now, the key is, what I found, you have Bourneville chocolate is key, and you have to separate the yolk and the egg white, and you have to kind of or blend it all together, and that is the key to making chocolate mousse. It's actually very, very easy to make chocolate mousse, but it goes down a treat. Lots of people texting in about their favourite curry, sag paneer. So I love a paneer tikka masala. So thank you, Brett. I could try sag paneer, and also this Simon in Bournemouth, fellow Gooner. Yes, let's see how we get on against Manchester United this weekend. He goes, good morning, Katie, fellow Gooner. Lamb madras is my go-to at a restaurant, but at home I make chicken masala with boneless thighs in the slow cooker. Maybe I'll do one for Sunday against Manchester United. Yeah, let's see how we get on against Manchester United. Okay, Alan and Gabby are back together on the breakfast show today, so just time to play this from Thursday's show. Gabby had to teach Alan Brazil and me as well about this new trend where all the kids are saying 6-7 the whole time. Listen to this.
Watching them recently, Al, I mean, the Manchester derby, they were terrible. No fight, no passion. Manchester United could have won by 6 or 7 or 8. Can't say 6-7.
Yeah.
Okay, my kids will start mocking me. It's basically a thing that kids are into now. If you say 6-7, they do this. So annoying now.
What do you mean?
They do that with that.
What does that mean?
It's like a trend, social media trend, and the kids
6-7.
6-7, they put their arms up.
You mean 6 or 7? They're playing.
I don't know. Well,
in what context did you use it? 6.
I used it in 6 or 7 goals.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but then if you said that in front of your kids, especially younger ones, if you said that in front of your grandkids when they're a bit older, they'll say 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Don't out. I don't know, mate.
I'll take your word for it, Gav.
Yeah, it's not great out there, mate.
Yeah, we managed to squeeze in lots of 6 and 7s in yesterday's show, and let's see what's coming up on breakfast this morning. So Alan and Gabby are back on the show, and they are going to be speaking to former Wimbledon midfielder turned Hollywood actor Vinnie Jones. They'll have Ricky Lambert, and Big Sam is on the show too. You've been listening to Early Sports Breakfast with me, Katie Shanahan. Thanks for all your texts, and have a great day.